One of my favorite horror games was a lesser known one on the PS2 called Obscure. It was a pretty unique survival horror game of teenagers working together to defeat monsters, solve puzzles, and unravel the mysteries of their school. Each teenager had unique skills like running faster, detecting locks, finding items, or shooting quickly in succession. Something I wasn't prepared for though was, when my character died, they died. That was it, their story was over. You take control of another teenager and work your way towards the end. So even when you defeat the final boss and the credits roll, your character walks out, but without your friends alive to celebrate with. Was it really a victory? I was recently blessed with review copies for two very interesting and severely overlooked survival horror games of 2023. These games being Ghosts at Dawn and You Will Die Here Tonight. But instead of doing a traditional review, I wanted to talk about something really interesting that both games do and how differently they approach it. I'm referring to how each game approaches death and story progression. Now before I get into it, I'll give you a quick rundown of each game. Ghosts at Dawn is a more traditional survival horror game, but taking place in the 1940s where the protagonist is a hard-boiled film noir function. It uses tank controls and combat is done by auto-locking onto enemies and mashing shoot until the ghost dies, I guess? I've never seen pistols work on a ghost so effectively before. You go through the standard checklist of survival horror tropes, of running through the hotel, read notes.
That filthy whore thinks she can just leave me? Dumb bitch doesn't even know I work this hotel. Unbelievable.
Collect keys, manage resources, and do a lot of backtracking. Visually, the game sticks out with its anime comb-over. I grew to like it. It's a bit different than the photorealistic approach I'm used to, but creepy anime girls are creepy. Oh! Okay, goodbye. Ah! There's a dead woman here, something here, it's not Emmy. Ah. Well, as long as it's not Emmy, nothing weird here. I will say though, I was not a fan of all of the visuals. Alright. I hate to be nitpicky, but I hate the font. I hate the color, the purple. I know it's different, but I don't like it. It's hard to read quickly. Overall, okay game. Feels like a lost PS2 survival horror title that would pop up in a Thor High Heels or Avalanche Reviews video. Oh! Alright, that one got me. You Will Die Here Tonight takes a different approach to paying respects to previous survival horror games, this time taking a much more direct approach to looking like the original Resident Evil. Shoulder pads aplenty when you start as gender-swapped Wesker, and infiltrate a not Spencer mansion, and take control of a not Rebecca Chambers. You explore the mansion in a top-down camera angle, similar to Signalis, but combat switches perspective to first person. This is a really great throwback to Resident Evil Gaiden or Resident Evil Dead Aim. Beyond that though, you do what you normally would in survival horror games like Resident Evil, meaning solving puzzles, collecting keys, exploring a mansion, shooting zombies, and trying not to die, but you know. Oh god. Oh, there's so many! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh shit. So what do both of these games do that piqued my interest? Well, it was because they didn't have the standard save feature that survival horror games are known for. One of the most anxiety-inducing mechanics about the older Resident Evils was the save system. During your run, you would collect ink ribbons and use those to save your game at designated spots with the typewriter. There was a finite amount of these, and if you didn't save recently and died, you could be looking at repeating a large portion of the game again. By tying your save file to your in-game resources, it became a choice between, do I push through one more area of the game, or spend one of my precious resources to save and hope I can find some more along the way. Ghosts at Dawn has its own spin on this, where instead of ink ribbons, you are given 5 lives. If you die, you get sent back to the main lobby and proceed the game normally. But if you use up all your lives, your character permanently dies for the run, which holds unique consequences. But before I get into them, I'm going to spoil a bit of the game, so spoiler warning for both games from here on out. If you want to experience this twist yourself, I'll leave a timestamp here for when you get back. Upon the protagonist's death, you take over as Yuhiko Kosuke to complete the story. This was the person who asked you to investigate the hotel to find her younger sister. You kill the protagonist's ghost and take his loot and pick up where he left off. However, if you didn't progress far enough into the game, it will actually lock you out of getting the ending or the secret ending, and you'll be forced to leave the hotel since this is the type of game where at any moment, whether it is 5 seconds or the end, you can click on the door and just leave and that's your ending. Should I end this investigation and report back to... Yeah, sure, fuck it. End the game.
To Miss Kosuke, I regret to inform you that I cannot take your case.
This is the smartest fucking
Ann
way to play
O'Hara,
it.
PI.
This is smart. Smart. So getting far in Ghost at Dawn within the protagonist's 5 lives is very important. I really like this idea since it's a different take on the ink ribbons. With Resident Evil, I knew that I could get a bit reckless after a save since I knew it wouldn't be a big deal to live, die, and repeat to scout out the best routes. Oh! Hey, I need that ammo. The permadeath mechanic can be much more intense since every death takes me closer to having to completely restart my game, leaving me less likely to take any reckless actions. Oh god! How do I get out of this? What? She fucking camped the door. You Will Die Here Tonight also has permadeath, but after you die... Damn. No! I died. Here tonight. You pick another Resident Evil Stars parody character and progress from the main starting area. Much like a relay race, each character passes a baton upon death, or in You Will Die Here Tonight's case, ammo, health, and exploration progression. If everyone dies, the game resets, and you start from the beginning. An untimely death here can be devastating, not only because the characters have some really funny dialogue, but also because they each have special abilities such as upgrading guns or creating medkits, and you can no longer take advantage of these perks upon their death. Again, same fear of losing all your progression. That means repeating boss fights, leveling up your weapons, and whatever items you found while exploring the unknown, and with death being very easy to come by. Oh! Oh no! I love the implementation of permadeath in survival horror, and I hope more survival horror games take advantage of this. I'm a big fan of these type of games, so anything that has a refreshing take on the genre is great. Oh! You're big. Oh! No, I'm going in there. So that's all I wanted to point out, just 2 fun indie horror games that are flying under the radar and not getting the TLC they deserve. I play through the games live on my Twitch stream, like, share, and sub if you like this. Oh, and check out Obscure, that game rocks. I don't know what to tell you, but thanks for watching.